Former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, in a statement today on the Ladakh clash in which 20 soldiers were killed, said the Prime Minister must always be mindful of the implications of his words in an apparent reference to the controversy over Prime Minister Narendra Modi's comments at an all-party meeting on Friday. The former Prime Minister also said the Prime Minister and the government must rise to the occasion to ensure justice for Colonel Santosh Babu and our Jawans who have made the ultimate sacrifice and resolutely defended our territorial integrity. Let's go across to Sunil Prabhu for more on this. In fact, Sunil, Dr. Manmohan Singh makes several points in this statement. Take us through some of the highlights.
Well, Gargi, I think the most important, as he said, that the entire country needs to stand firm, that everything in a democracy like ours stands with the Prime Minister, and that whatever statement that he makes should not be used by our adversary, in particular China, to strengthen their case. Says that every step should be taken to restore the territorial integrity of this country, for which the soldiers have, laid down their lives, from Colonel Santosh Babu and among others, the other brave hearts. So it's in that context, Dr. Manmohan Singh is making those statements. Please remember, he's been Prime Minister for 10 years, has been working with China on a continuous basis right from the time when he was the Finance Minister of this country. And it's in that backdrop that his words are a stinging as well as a good point, which hopefully the government will consider seriously, that they need to be cautious about whatever steps they take and respond in an equivalent manner for what the Chinese have done on Indian soil.
Right, and Sunil, especially the bit where, he says that the Prime Minister must always be mindful of the implications of his words, because this is after that entire, and this is speaking about the entire controversy that erupted over the statements that the Prime Minister made at the all-party meeting, where he seemed to suggest that no one had entered Indian territory, and that statement has been used across the world because it is what the Prime Minister said, though the Prime Minister's office the next day released a clarification of sorts. So Dr. Manmohan Singh talking about this, where he says that the Prime Minister must be very, very mindful of his words.
Absolutely, Gargi, and I think I can go one step further in that statement. He says, not only mindful of the words, also beware of pliant allies. There have been allies, there have been chief ministers of various states who have come out in support, even though the Prime Minister's office himself had to issue clarification. And as you pointed out, the world has really taken to note what the Prime Minister has said, even though he's tried to say that this has been mischievously interpreted. The fact is that the Prime Minister's office has been silent on the question of intrusion. So these are incursions that have taken place. So it's in this aspect that Dr. Manmohan Singh, who's a veteran and a very statesman-like statement that has come from him, is telling the Prime Minister, an office that he's held, he must be mindful, must be careful, and must take corrective steps to ensure that India's territorial integrity is kept in mind.